About the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Now, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13th?
I don't know, but made me feel more.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez got into a sudden, intense gym confrontation that quickly turned into a wild brawl after Canelo made a surprise visit. Despite how heated and violent things became, Crawford stayed calm and completely unfazed by Alvarez's attack, now 37, and nearing the end of an incredible career. The 2-weight undisputed champion isn't just fighting for titles anymore, he's fighting to cement his legacy.
In your view, Terence Crawford beats Canelo.
He cooks Canelo.
Woo! Really?
He beats him. Yes. Look, if you go back and you watch the fight with Lara, and you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than a Lara, and I think he can do more.
For Crawford, nothing would seal his legacy more than beating the biggest name in boxing. What once seemed like a distant dream suddenly became real when one man stepped in and changed everything. GA chairman Turki Alashik signed Canelo to a 4-fight deal, starting with the Williams Skull bout, and is now on the verge of becoming only the third man to hand Canelo a defeat. With the deal in place, Canelo is finally set to face Crawford on September 13th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, live on Netflix.
I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Alashik told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So, and he tried to walk me back, and that's why I pushed him.
Even though the purse is reported at $200 million, with $150 million going to Canelo and $50 million to Crawford. Bud recently told AK and Barack that he's only getting $10 million from the fight, leading some fans to think he's taking on Canelo just for a big payday. But boxing insider Rick Glazer disagrees, saying Crawford's real motivation has nothing to do with money and everything to do with legacy. In a post on X, Glazer explained that Crawford moved up several weight classes because he wants to challenge himself and be remembered as a true old-school fighter who takes on the toughest tests in boxing, adding that while many modern boxers talk a big game, Crawford is actually going for greatness.
He's able to be aggressive, not be affected by Bud's punches, and just keep, attacking and imposing that will on him. And then Bud being the dog that he is, and, just saying, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm letting loose.
Yeah. It is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from.
If Crawford beats Canelo, he'll become the first ever 3-weight undisputed champion of the 4-belt era, having already conquered both the super lightweight and welterweight divisions. And that's exactly why he says he took the fight, telling O and Barack that the legacy outweighs the money, and promising 3-time undisputed GUI coming soon. Still, the big question remains, can he actually beat a naturally bigger man like Canelo Alvarez? According to Cuban boxer Eroslandi Lara, who gave Canelo one of the toughest fights of his career back in 2014, Crawford's best chance lies in his movement, which he believes could be the key to pulling off a historic upset.
Saying that, Canelo is a super strong guy. Man, technique. You already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside. He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys.
A victory over Saul Canelo Alvarez would be historic for Terence Crawford, making him a 3-division undisputed champion, a feat no one has ever achieved. Offering tactical advice, Cuban boxer Eroslandi Lara, who took Canelo to a split decision in 2014, believes Crawford can pull it off on September 13th if he avoids the mistakes Lara made. According to him, Crawford's best chance at beating the naturally bigger Mexican is to keep moving constantly and never stay in one spot long enough for Canelo to land his trademark arm-draining shots.
He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class. Can he carry it? But those intangibles.
Lara admits that his own defensive approach may have been too passive in their 2014 fight, allowing the judges to lean toward Canelo's aggression and heavier punches, and warns that Crawford must avoid letting Alvarez dictate the pace or bully him physically in the early rounds. While Crawford has the technical versatility and switch-hitting skills to use a similar movement-based strategy, Lara says he must do it with more sharpness and activity. If Crawford becomes overly cautious and runs too much, he risks repeating Lara's mistake of appearing negative and losing rounds in the eyes of both the judges and the crowd in Allegiant Stadium.
I think that can change the effect on Bud, and I think that will be the way that Alvarez can win that fight.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so what do you think? Obviously, if Bud remains slick, what outside of that could cause Canelo to...
Las Vegas doesn't forgive dull fights, and with a $50 million purse on the line, Crawford can't afford to disappoint on a night Turki Alashik is promoting as the fight of the century, adding pressure on both men to deliver action. Lara points out that his own cautious movement, similar to the approach William Skull recently used, allowed Canelo to control the pace and land the more meaningful shots, which is why Crawford must pair his mobility with smart offense. If he wants a real chance, calling it a true 50-50th matchup, Lara believes Canelo's physical strength and power will be a major test, but also thinks Crawford's tactical brilliance gives him a genuine shot as long as he can survive 12 rounds without letting the Mexican steal the initiative.
After 7 rounds, he starts to fade a little bit. We've seen that with Bivol. We've seen it in a lot of his fights with Triple G. You know, when Canelo could control the fight and the ring generalship, yeah, he could fight 12 rounds pretty good. But when Canelo gets pushed early on in the fight, he starts to fade muscle endurance.
Arislindi Lara's advice for Terence Crawford is straightforward. Keep moving. Don't let Canelo drain his arms with punches, and avoid getting overly defensive. And if Crawford can successfully mix his mobility with aggression, Lara believes he has a real shot at winning one of the year's most anticipated fights. While the Omaha native is making a major 2-division weight jump, his speed and slick footwork will be crucial in neutralizing Canelo's size and strength. According to former WBO super lightweight champion Chris Algieri, who's been a longtime admirer of Crawford's 41-fight career, Bud's unique athletic attributes could be the very thing that allows him to offset Alvarez's weight advantage.
Bud is one of those guys. He just locks in. He just locks in, especially when you doubt him. So yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. I think of it more from psychological than anything, you know, because on paper it's like, yeah, but he's a super middleweight. He went up 3. Now Terence is going up 3 weight classes. He had a little trouble with Majima. So on paper it's like, yeah, of course it's Canelo. But when you think about it from a psychological standpoint, it's like, I don't know.
Understand weight distribution, man. You know, not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out. And when was the last time we seen Canelo knock anybody out? Think about that.
If Golovkin, who hits a lot harder than Crawford, could not drop or hurt Canelo.
In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Chris Algieri hesitated to give a full prediction for the upcoming bout, but shared a compelling observation, stating that while the fight is still a long way off, one thing is already clear. He's seen Canelo Alvarez get pushed around in the ring before, but never Terence Crawford. According to Algieri, that single fact speaks volumes about who is likely to dictate terms on fight night, emphasizing that although Canelo has been bullied at times, no one has ever managed to boss Crawford. Stay tuned and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more top boxing news, moments, and in-depth coverage. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a quality update. Until next time, peace.